Good morning. This is Carmel D'Arienzo, and this is the Gratitude Wave, where not only do you develop your own gratitude practice, but by practicing together, we raise the whole vibrational energy, frequency, and love in the world. And I hope you're having a terrific Tuesday or a wonderful Wednesday. Good morning, Suzanne. Let me just raise my volume a little bit. How are you today, Suzanne? So Suzanne, I know you wrote in our private Facebook group, Living and Leading from the Heart, and if anyone else is on, they should definitely ask to join that. We engage a little bit more, obviously, than we can do here. Good morning, Dottie. Good morning, Marina. So Suzanne, I was wondering, good morning, Ralph. I was wondering if what you were grateful for yesterday before it even happened in your to-do list actually happened. I'm just curious. Good morning, Missy. Welcome back. Hope you had a great weekend with Tony Robbins. I think I was probably feeling, empathetic towards you guys, and I lost my voice again. The more I need my voice, the more I'm losing it. How are you? Good morning. So I'm wondering if any of you did the practice yesterday and you saw results from actually being grateful for what happened. I know it worked for me. I woke up yesterday morning and I wrote in my journal after we did our practice, I'm grateful for a very important meeting. You know, I'm grateful that the meeting goes well and it opens up new opportunities in my life. And actually that meeting happened and it went well. So I wonder if anyone has anything else. If you are new to the Gratitude Wave, what we're doing is following Rhonda Byrne's book, The Magic. And we are doing foundational practices every day. And you can go to carmeldarienzo.com and download those foundational practices. We do some in the morning, some at night. And then every day together, we add a little focus topic. And this one is really, really important. Good morning, Lori. This one, I think, is so key. It's about magically healing your relationships. Because as we know, and excuse me, my coffee. Good morning, Sanjeev. So as we know, we can't live life by ourselves. Doesn't mean we just have to be with people. We can be alone, but I mean the richness of life, whether it be professional, whether it be personal, is in relationship. So Suzanne, you spent the day by the pool with your mom and daughter. Great, that's exactly, you were looking for connection and all that, right? So today we're going to talk about magically healing relationships. Good morning, Karen. Glad to be live with you. Oh, we're so glad to have you. You're such a big supporter, Karen. Thank you so, so much. So today we're talking about magically healing your relationships. And, you know, I'm sure good morning, Laurie. I'm sure you guys have some relationships in your life. They could be romantic, they could be family or whatever, that are, what would we want to call them? Problematic, troubled, challenged. And what we're going to do today, according to Rhonda, is learn how to use gratitude to heal them. And I like the word heal. Do you like the word heal better than fix? We can't always fix things, but we can heal. Because remember, besides all the wonderful reasons that we're doing gratitude and being grateful and being aware and giving thanks and putting our energy on that, gratitude also makes us feel good. And conversely, when we have these problematic or troubled or challenged in relationships, we don't feel good, right? So we're going to use gratitude to heal that and feel better. Okay, wonderful. So if it is safe for you to do so, I invite you to close your eyes and take a deep breath in. And just breathe in all the new possibilities of this day. Doesn't matter where you were yesterday. Good morning, Becky. Oh, I'm so glad, Becky. So just close your eyes, take a deep breath in of all the possibilities that healing can bring. And then just breathe out. Just let that out. That fill, and then take another one in. Just breathe in the possibility of healing and let it fill your lungs and every cell in your body. I want you to put your hand over your heart. And I want us to remind ourselves why we want to do this, why we want to heal the relationships, why we would want to perhaps forgive someone. We won't be going into all of that now, but you know, Buddha said that holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else, and yet you are the one who gets burned. And that's what happens when we're holding these feelings towards someone else. So, I want you to call to mind and heart one difficult, problematic relationship in your life. It could be one that is current. It could be something in the past. Just a broken relationship that you would like to improve. And again, it doesn't matter if it's past or present. And I want you to call to mind and heart 10 things you can be grateful for about that person. And you might think, wow, 10. Particularly if it's a challenged relationship, you might think, wow, that's a little tough to think of 10 things when I have such anger and resentment, when I feel so hurt and betrayed, when there's such misunderstanding. And this is really, I think this is one of the most important practices, where we get to dig deep, deep, deep and think of what we're grateful for. So to help you, think back to the history of the relationship. If it's a romantic relationship, if it's a romantic relationship, think back to when the relationship started. If you're thinking about your spouse, think back to when you fell in love, how they made you laugh, what that little thing that now you find annoying initially you thought was so cute. Really just think about that. Think about what they did for you or you did for them and how you felt, and try to remember that feeling and be there. And you know, there really is gold in every relationship, but it's up to us to mine for it, because we can always look where it's not, right? But if we're really conscious and mind for it, we're going to just turn our feelings around, our state around. Again, I'm not talking about fix, I'm talking about healing. So what you can think, as you're thinking of this in your mind and heart, you can say the person's name, I'm grateful for, So you can say, for example, Johnny, I'm grateful for our time together. While our marriage ended, I learned a lot. I'm so much wiser today. Or maybe you're divorced or something and you have children, and you can look in your children's eyes and say, John, I'm so grateful because together we created these most beautiful, miraculous souls together. I'm so grateful to you for that. And you know, sometimes people are meant to come into our lives to teach us lessons. They're not meant to stay. And we can be so grateful that they were like the mirror and shone the light on where we needed to heal ourselves, and they can show us that. And we can be so grateful even if it weren't the outcome that we desired. What if you can just be grateful for precious moments that you had? Again, times that you laughed, things that you learned from this person, experience that you had that you would never have had otherwise. What if you can be grateful to someone you're in a challenging relationship with, just for who they were? What if you could be grateful to them for who they are, for them for being authentic to who they are? And maybe that drives you crazy. But what if you could just be grateful to them for showing up? What you want to really get to is to transform these bad feelings. Because what happens is ultimately it's our life that's harmed when we hold the resentment and the bad feelings. We're the ones that suffer. We really want to use gratitude to transform that suffering. And every relationship is different, you know, and you may have a lot of relationships that come to mind right now. So you can just do this a couple of times. Just keep thinking of that challenging relationship, the problematic relationship you want to heal, and keep thinking of the things you can be grateful for. Name of the person: I am grateful for X. And just with your hand over your heart, really feel your heart, because this is where you have felt the depth of all this emotion. All the joy and love and something at the beginning of the relationship perhaps, and then all the anger, resentment, frustration, and disappointment. You felt it all right here in your heart. And it's time to change that suffering. And just take a deep breath in and out. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. And so I know this one's a stretch for sure. And, you know, it doesn't even have to just be romantic relationships. It could be with family, could be with friends, business professionals. We're in relationship every day, all the time. It's the web of our life, right? So do this practice. If there's a past relationship where you're not in contact with that person, you know, you might find that you're feeling, even if you're not going to see them and the relationship will be different, you might feel something different. And I'm very curious. This I definitely would love for you to check in on in the Living and Leading from the Heart Facebook group. Oh, thank you, Sanjeev. And hi, Emily and Janet. Thank you so much for joining. So again, just to recap, if you go to CarmelDarienzo.com, you can find our foundational practices we do every day. You can watch the replay of this to really hear about how you can magically heal your relationships with gratitude. And I mentioned this once on a call. I had a relationship, I was in a relationship with somebody where it was a little challenging. And so I created a gratitude jar. And every time that person did something I was grateful for, because sometimes I was mad, I would write, I'm grateful for X, and put it in the jar. And it really helped me transform my feelings towards that. So CarmelDarienzo.com for the foundational gratitude practices. Watch this replay and then go over, ask to join Living and Leading from the Heart Facebook group and really share. I'd love to hear, because this for me is just everything. So I would love to hear your experience, because I know we can all learn from each other. Healing is the goal, Janet. Yes, yes. And it's who we become while we heal, while we focus on the gratitude in the relationship we have. So yesterday I was grateful for finding your perfect RV to take you across country. Wow, Karen, that's gorgeous. And you're grateful for your mother who's driving your RV to help. That's great, Karen. So it's very, very cool. So as always, I am grateful for you. I just love you guys. I love the gratitude wave and you being the particle, I see us all as little parts of the ocean, part of the gratitude wave. Have a magnificent day. Be the difference in someone's lives. And I will see you tomorrow. But definitely head over to the group. I want to hear your experience with this. Remember, 10 things you're grateful for in your problematic relationship. Ciao for now.